All right, welcome to Constantly Cruising. Back for another video, Will and Kara. So today we want to talk about what happens if you leave something on the cruise ship.
Yes, it happens many more times than you would imagine.
Yeah, so you get home, you start to unpack, and you're like, holy crap, where is
Whatever.
I know I'm fairly certain I've left a Bluetooth keyboard in a room at one point. You thought for sure we left a blanket
that I'd pack with us. I found it later. But I actually didn't even take it with me, so that was something. But
I thought for sure that we left it.
Yeah.
We've gotten pretty good. I think we've got a pretty good system of going over the room before we clear out, but there's always the chance. And if you do leave something, there's a process in place. We're going to tell you all about it today. Hey, welcome. If you're new around here, we're Will and Kara, and we want to show you why we're constantly cruising. All right, so there is a process. It's not an instantaneous process.
No.
Okay, it's not a guaranteed process.
No.
So you kind of have to figure out if the thing that you left is worth going through this process we're about to go through to get back. If it's anything that, let's just say something that touches your body, whether that's some kind of clothing, probably the blanket that we talked about, bathing suits, anything that you probably would have left in the bathroom.
Cosmetics.
Any kind of cosmetic stuff, hairbrushes, makeup.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and say that's gone.
Yeah.
That's probably going to get disposed of because they don't keep stuff like that.
Right.
Okay. So right off the bat, that X's out a whole level of things. And then anything kind of mid-tier, I'd say anything up to about $50, it may not be worth going through this process.
Which truthfully, just, as a tip for that, never pack things that are going to be like super expensive. So, I know for us ladies, sometimes skincare can get a little bit expensive depending on what you use. Maybe just don't take that kind of stuff on the cruise ship because you don't want to have to do this process that we're going to tell you about to claim something that's, you just might as well consider it gone.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's talk about what the process is. So Princess uses a third-party system, and it's called Chargerback. And what they do is anytime that anything is left on the ship, they're going to take it and transfer it over to Chargerback, and Chargerback is in charge of this whole process.
Yeah, so Princess isn't really in charge of this at this point now. So, even though you could contact Princess, they're going to probably give you the contact stuff for what we're about to talk about with the third party.
So there's, you just go onto the Princess website. I'm sure you could search Lost and Found, or if you just check down in the description below, I'm going to put a link to this form, okay? So there's a Lost and Found form. You're going to fill out this form in detail and send it on in.
And let's be clear about the form. We're talking about once you have left the ship.
Yes.
So if you've lost something, like we're talking about things that you've left behind on the ship. You've gone home and now you've realized you forgot things behind. So talking about if you lose things though while you're on board the ship, so like you're still there, okay? Yeah. Guest services does keep like a little lost and found there, so I would check with guest services at any point. Unfortunately, I've found cell phones surprisingly left in like the public restroom areas. People leave behind jewelry. You might leave things on your pool chair, etc. Another little pro tip for that too, though, would be, especially if you have added yourself to Facebook groups for, say, your certain sailing dates. Sometimes people will post, pictures, like they might take a picture of, let's say somebody left a cell phone in the bathroom. They might take a picture of that cell phone and say, hey, if this is your phone, I've taken it up to guest services. So sometimes that can be another form of communication that can be used. Yeah, so if you're on the ship still, like you're still going on your voyage, Lost and Found at guest services is going to be where you want to go. The form part, though, we're going to talk about, that Will's talking about, once you've disembarked.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's talk about timeline. Once you fill out the form, send it off, how long is it going to take to actually get your item back in your hands? So a regular item, it's going to be about 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, as we said, this is not a very speedy process.
It's not going to be speedy.
Yeah.
Any kind of large item, think maybe suitcases, that kind of thing, that could take anywhere from 10 to 30 business days.
Yeah.
So this is not quick, like we just said, and you're going to be waiting a while. Again, this is more of a process for something that you've left behind that's kind of irreplaceable, something that you're willing to wait this long for, and something that you can't just replace quickly.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm thinking of things like jewelry,
Jewelry, watches.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people leave things in their safe and forget to check that. So just things that are of more value. You're going to want to go through this process, and especially if it's something that's cost a lot of money. I mean, even if it does take 4 to 6 weeks, at least you know that, potentially you're going to get it back. So that's good.
So what kind of cost does this imply to you? And unfortunately, you're going to have to eat a little bit of the cost of getting your item back. Princess doesn't cover this.
Yeah.
So you are going to have to pay the shipping and handling to get that package from the chargerback facility, wherever they send this stuff off to. I think there's a facility here in Florida, and there's another facility in California. So at the two biggest sites where there's lots of ports, they're going to have their own facilities. And then you're going to have to pay the shipping cost to get it from there back to you. So there's no free return. And like we've already said a couple times, at some point you're going to have to make the decision, is this worth it?
Yeah. Okay, so some of our little pro tips of how do you avoid leaving things behind. So Will and I always have kind of our normal routine that we do, especially as we're packing up, and then also that final morning before we disembark.
Yeah.
Of course, the night before, you're having to pack up most of your stuff. So especially if you're flying out, or if you're going to do any situation where you're not doing the self-assist, you are going to put that big luggage out the night before for the cabin stewards to take to go on with wherever you're heading next. Okay. So you're going to have everything else kind of with you in terms of like your carry-on, ladies, your purses, or for men, your purse, whatever. But our procedure pretty much is once we pack everything up, especially that next morning, we are going through every single drawer. And that includes if the restroom has a few drawers. I know some cruise ships do. Definitely check those. Check the shower. It might be silly, but I mean, again, if you have like that shampoo that you just really want to have with you, check that. Obviously, check the safe, okay? And that includes, there's a little felt piece that is normally on the bottom of that safe. Lift that up. Make sure nothing's fallen underneath that.
Yeah.
Of course, all of your cabinets or drawers that you might have within that closet, the top shelf that you might have put just a few things, even under the bed, and maybe even under the couch area if you've got that in your stateroom. I know in that couch area it may not be that big, but especially if you've had more than 2 people and you've used that as a sleeper bed, you just want to check all those areas, the vanity area, etc. Look under all your blankets and everything within the bed, because perhaps even that morning as you've been packing up and getting things together, you've kind of been just throwing things on your bed to get things straight.
Yep.
So lift up that comforter, lift up the sheets, look under the pillows. So just do a really thorough check, which is what we try to do. Not to say that sometimes you're not just kind of rushed. As we've stated, the couple things that we thought we've left behind or did leave behind, it does happen.
Yeah.
So we're, glad to share this tip with you on like what you can do if you do happen to leave something behind. But at least that's our tips of how you can try to avoid it as best you can.
Best offense is always a good defense.
Yeah.
There's always a couple little like spaces in between where the refrigerator is and the balcony door and the couch in the balcony door. That's always a spot where I'm fairly certain that's where I left that keyboard.
Well, and the curtains right there too can get kind of bunchy, and you're opening it up, closing them up, and everything. So it's not, even just shoes can get under there, especially if you've got kids. It's just a lot of things can get lost, and a lot of little nooks and crannies. So just check around, do a thorough check before you leave that cabin.
All right, so just to wrap up, final takeaways. Just remember, that there's certain things you're just going to have to let go. Those things are gone, okay? The things that you do want back, remember, this isn't a speedy process. It's going to take a while, okay? But it's important if you leave something and you do want it back, get this process started as quickly as you can. I think you're going to have a better chance of getting your stuff, okay? It does cost something. You're going to have to pay for the shipping, and it's not guaranteed, okay? Princess is not in charge of this. It's not a hit against them. This is just a service they provide. So if you get something, it's just a plus, right? So best strategy, we talked about that. A good offense is a good defense. Make sure you're checking your cabin before you check out. And
do a thorough sweep.
We start at one end. I usually start at the door and work my way all the way to the balcony. And then once we've done that, we get the all clear, we're good to leave the room. So I hope that's helpful. And if you need it, again, that link's down below for the lost and found sheet.
And hopefully if you've lost anything on a cruise ship, we actually would love to hear your story about what you had to go through. If you had to go through this process too, make sure you put that down in the comment, because that way everybody else can kind of see what process that you had to go through and maybe how long it actually did take you. If you even want to share how much it might have cost you for the shipping process. You know, you can be transparent about that, or you don't have to share that, whatever you want to, but we want to hear your story, see what you've left behind. Hopefully you won't, but at least if you do, we hope this video has helped you so that you can know what to do and what kind of steps you need to take.
All right, that's it. See you guys in the next video. Stay constantly cruising.